everybody, it's me Liv. Today I am using the painted rainbow stencil from Brutus Monroe, and I'm going to be combining it with some of the candy coat glazes that he has. Now these glazes actually have a mixture of like glitter and chunks, so they and like flakes and on all of this, so it had so much dimension when you're working with it. Now I'm using this on black mixed media paper. So this is the first time I'm trying this. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work out. There are three colors in here, which is the green, the teal, and the yellow of the candy coat glaze. So let's see how this ends up. This will require some drying time if you're using this product. So do remember, leave it aside for at least a night and then come back the next day to finish it up. So hopefully you can see the little chunks in there right now. I know it's a little hard with the camera view, but I wasn't really sure how it was going to dry. Now the next step I wanted to do is to use the gel plate again with the candy coat glaze to create another piece of paper that I'm going to be cutting the sentiment out with. So I've never tried this stuff on a gel plate, so I figured let's see what it looks like. So one, it helped me create a background paper, spare on a white. So you just have to smoosh it around, get the different colors. Right now, you can even see some of that glitter coming off and staying on there. And then I'll put the stencil on top of it to also create just a little bit more depth to it. You could just leave it like this if you're someone who likes to use a lot of different mixed media pages. But like I said, I'm actually purposely doing this to create a background for my die that I'm going to be cutting out from also Brutus Monroe's Christopher's Sentiment die set. So I'm going to go ahead and place the stencil down, then I will place the paper on top, and then I will end up getting the effect that I want. Now, if you want good pressure, I do use a brayer sometimes on my gel plate, and then you can see the final effect. It's kind of a cool background in itself as well. So next, I'm going to go back to that piece. This is now dried overnight. Now, as you can see, interestingly enough, on black mixed media paper, it dries this really cool clear type of color with tons of texture to it. I've never tried it before on this paper, so I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It doesn't pop as bright of a color as it did when you saw it initially applied, but I kind of like it. So I've now trimmed this down to about 5 and 5 size, and I am going to then cut out the die. So like I said, I was creating this. I'm going to use the Celebrate one. I'm going to actually do the finer print in color, do the other one on black, so it kind of mixes in, and cut it out. I usually put some double-sided adhesive when I'm using small pieces. I just find it a lot easier. So here's the finished die cut that is out. Now I'm going to go ahead and I felt like the black on black was just a little blah. So what I decided to do is trim 3 pieces of the matching color, that yellow, blue, and green. There are about 1/4 inch, and they start gradually just getting smaller and smaller until they match up to the front piece that I have. Once I have that, I'm just going to push all those pieces together, and then I am pretty much done. Now, when you put the sentiment, I tend to use pretty fine glue on there just to press it down and make sure that it holds really well. So that is something that you're going to see me do here. But sometimes just adding all these extra layers really helps your card pop. I'm not actually doing any big foam tape this time. I figured I'm going to lay this a little bit flat since it already has enough, I think, textures to it. I'm using some extra fine glue, just going over it one more time on that back side. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue this sentiment down onto the center. Now give some nice firm pressure with this extra texture. It was taking a little bit longer to grab. Then I'm going to take out these decorative detailed bubbles that also from Brutus Monroe in the same yellow, green, and blue color schemes. Now I am going to use art glitter glue to hold them down. Remember, art glitter glue ultimately does dry clear, so you do not have to worry about it because these little detail bubbles are translucent. So as when I initially put them down, you can see the white, but it will ultimately go away when it's all said and done. And there you have it. Now we know what candy coat glaze will look like on black mixed media paper. Love the effect it came out with. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.